Now Dante Trader, he falls down right there at the 50. Gets back up and somehow gets through it. Here comes Trader. Already got a goal today, looking for two, he's got it! Dante Trader with a second goal to make it 15-10. CQ Stadium is roaring for Dante Trader. Something that they hadn't seen from him since back in November when Maryland football had their last game in here at a 37-0 blowout victory over Rutgers. Now here we are in the depths of February, late winter here in Maryland. Talk about an athlete right there.
Recruiting with lacrosse was kind of easy for Coach Tillman because he already wanted to come here.
Dante was a guy that was at a recruiting event, and he had these Maryland-themed Under Armour shoes that was hard to miss.
Coach Tillman took his football tape and gave it to Coach Loxley, and then that's kind of how Coach Loxley found out about him.
The conversations early in the recruiting process were, you need to do what's best for you. So if football is best for you, we totally understand that. If you want to try to do both, obviously we'd love that, but we have to make sure that's the right thing for you.
Even just getting a little bit of attention, I was shocked. I was like, man, I'm really going to go somewhere. I'm really about to make it.
There was never really any pressure from our end for Dante to feel like he had to do both. We always were going to keep the door open for him.
But we said go play. I wanted him to go immerse himself into being a lacrosse player. It's what we said in recruiting that we would allow him to do.
It was very quick. I didn't have much time to think about anything. It was just like, you said you were going to do it, so let's do it. Pick up the stick and just went out there with no expectations of anything. I was like, I said I'm going to do it. Like anything I say I'm going to do, I'm going to finish it.
We were obviously really excited when he decided to play.
Our strength coach gets with his strength coach, put together a plan, an off-season plan that allowed him to be in the best possible position where we weren't burning his legs up over here in a heavy leg day, and then he had a lacrosse game 2 days later. So it's a lot of collaboration between the two sports performance teams.
Dante's schedule was very busy.
I was meeting with my coaches a lot. I was lifting with the 6:30 a.m. groups. And then I was also attending practices, watching all the practices. I could have easily just focused on lacrosse, but that's just generally not who I am, and that's not going to set me up for success for the fall.
No regular person could do that. You could tell some screws are loose in his head. Like, what is that?
I can't imagine, especially playing football, going through a long, tough season and then jumping right into lacrosse. And that's very hard on the body. And, I don't know how he does it, but I think it's really impressive. And if anything, he's really the GOAT.
He's actually a dog, because I respect him for it. He did it, and he did it well. So I salute the guy, and he's a heck of an athlete.
If anybody could do it, Dante could, but I do think it was a lot. We were kind of erring on being very careful with, what he did with us, because we felt like we needed to manage his body, but also give him a little bit of a mental break, or at least as much of a break as we could provide. The hard part is Dante, he only kind of knows one speed.
Welcome back to One Speed Podcast.
One Speed Podcast.
One Speed Podcast.
He's going to be the first start on that field. He's going to be the first to look at the film, as soon as it's done. He'll call me and I'll be like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm working out. You just had a game. I know. He has that mindset to always strive and go beyond the expectation.
I kind of didn't share a lot what I was going through doing both sports. The biggest thing was the mind. I literally had 4 days off coming from football straight to lacrosse. Every day I would have to motivate myself and saying why I do what I do, and look back at when I was a kid, watch old videos to get fire in me. It's like, yo, you said you were going to do this, so finish it.
He would hit me 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. We did a lot of praying, we did a lot of talking, just trying to keep his mental status straight. But once we talked and we prayed, he would do okay. And sometimes he would hit me and be like, I just need to talk to my mom before I go to class, or I need to talk to you. So other than that, he did really good, and I'm proud of him.
I got accolades from playing it. I got a lot of national attention. and people were like wondering how I was doing it. You know, I was wondering the same thing, but you know, I give the credit to God and just the people around me. I even met with sports psychiatrists to help my mental and everything. But yeah, it was a tough journey.
Even during lacrosse season when he got hurt, the kids just kept coming. We always said it's much bigger than you. You have kids that love to see you play, and even though you're on that sideline and you feel like you're not doing the best, they still love you for who you are. And I think that's what gets him by.
He needs us, as in his teammates from either or, to, you know, sometimes help him get his mental state out of getting too stressed.
Having those conversations and being able to be away from home and having people that can really relate, that's his biggest thing.
As men, we failed to release a lot of emotions and talk about a lot of subjects. We wanted to start something, so we were like, yo, like let's start a podcast.
My head is just always running, always criticizing myself, but once you can get past that, like, sky's the limit.
Part of our family environment that we create is being supportive, and we're going to always support any of our guys that's part of this family, and going to games and supporting our other programs as well, whether it's baseball and the great run they had, or lacrosse, or going to a women's basketball game. It's part of being a Terp.
Our guys, they take a lot of pride in supporting all the teams here, but it was really cool to see some of the football guys come down and cheer him on and our team on. It was really cool to see the brotherhood of Maryland football and kind of displayed firsthand.
If any other guy played another sport, I'm sure it'd be the same thing, but really it's just supporting your brother. If he sees all the guys there, it makes him feel good about himself, and also shows what kind of family we have here.
He's very family oriented, and where we're from, everybody knows your name, everybody knows our names. So then he comes up here and coach come to you open arms, do anything for you. He loves that. I think that's why this place is really good for him.
We were blessed enough to be honored at the Michigan State football game, so our guys had moved down to the sideline. I remember us being on defense and Dante picking off a pass and running it back, and I think everybody thought he had scored a touchdown, and our guys went berserk. Definitely something that I'll remember, just seeing how excited the guys were for him. It just sends a message to what type of guy Dante is.
It's almost like he's a little wise and older beyond his years. You know, he came in as a freshman, but brought a confidence and an air of leadership that you typically don't see out of young players.
Guys, you see he's committed to something, and he's going to put the work in and try to excel at it. It's kind of like you want to follow after him, you want to listen to what he says, you want to let him lead you, because you kind of see what kind of guy he is and what he does for himself and the position he puts himself in.
I also think if you talk to Coach Till, he brought some value to their lacrosse program as well.
Off the field, you're going to get a high character guy that is a tremendous leader, that's going to hold himself and his teammates accountable, do things the right way when no one's looking. Regardless of how much he played on the field, he was a guy that made our program better. If he had just played lacrosse in college, he'd be, just about as good as anybody. But what he's doing is so rare, it's crazy. He's a guy that I just would never bet against.